episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Toki Onikawa of Sargentanas, and Yoi Koinonia of Diabolos, Betty White of Hyperion. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/limitbreakradio. Looking for delicious food south of the border? Look no further than Kubo Bell. Kubo Bell offers a wide variety of fabulous food made just for you. Want a hearty meal? A Kubo taco is what you're after. Need to eat and run? Grab our new Kubo wrap and get on the go. Looking to wet your whistle? We offer premium Kubo smoothies enriched with essential vitamins and minerals and Kubo nuts. Don't forget the bag of Kubo chips for the ride home. Kubo Bell. Eat less chocobo.
Live from Eorzea. Limit Break. With your hosts, Nero.
Now behold the horror you have wrought.
Kallo.
I said don't take your clothes off.
Juxtaposition.
I don't get it.
Ascalia.
Holy shit, totally forgot about him.
And Mika.
Oh my god.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio. Happy 2018.
New year, same shit, lords.
That's right. We're happy to have you in 2018, and we're happy to be here. Thanks for joining us here at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. By the way, if you're listening on the podcast, show starts at 4 p.m. on Sundays. You can join us here at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. And unlike other shows, unlike lesser FF14 shows, you can actually call and make your voice heard. And you can do that by giving us a call on Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. By the way, I should mention that the Discord is going to be officially changing over to the Let's Be Real Discord. You can still find it at limitbreakradio.com/Discord. That's not going to change, but when people, are selecting their servers, let's say you have multiple Discord servers.
You switch between.
That's right. So just so you know, that change is going to be happening fairly shortly. Again, the Limit Break Radio Discord server is going to become the Let's Be Real Discord server as we move to launch the Let's Be Real podcast. Anyway, thanks for joining us here at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. Happy to have you along. Got a lot to talk about. Got a big Q&A to go through.
Boy, do we.
And I think you're going to be disappointed at the other side of it. So why don't you keep us company? Because Nika decided she can fuck off to MagFest.
Fuck her.
This weekend.
Stupid idiot.
Look, I don't know if you noticed just then, but Juxta sounds different. He's not in studio because he had to take his girl, his baby mama, to the hospital.
And take care of his stupid baby.
Yet he's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go, Nika. Juxta is a more responsible adult than you are.
I know, right? Anyway, thanks for joining us. Let's kick it on over to our Eorzean studios. If you want to join us, you can. You're always welcome to. I don't know if you're still subbed to this game. Can't give you a good reason why you would be at this point.
I mean we're barely a subbed at this point.
4.2 is coming. Maybe you're getting subbed to get ready.
I actually like that. 4.2 is coming. Maybe.
Question mark. Yeah.
Punctuation.
Anyway, if you want to join us, we are, of course, on the Sargentana server in the Globlet. That's right, the Globlet. Fifth Ward, plot number 30. And, of course, again, you can join us by giving us a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. And we invite your calls today because, first, we'd love to hear about how your new year was.
That's right.
Did you end up hanging out with us here? Because, Kallo, you were streaming, weren't you?
I sure did, yeah.
And I streamed on New Year's Day.
Nice.
So,
we got this down. Just a quick
professional streamers.
Professional streamers. That's right. I'd actually like to give you guys just a little taste. We have actually quite a bit of news, being that we were off for 2 weeks, right? So there's plenty to talk about there. But I do want to give you a little taste of what's going to be coming in this Q&A. And I'd just like to point out that the cash shop is referenced in this Q&A more times than raids are.
Ooh.
In fact, name any aspect of the game, and I bet the cash shop was referenced more times than that.
Oh boy, I can't wait to get into this Q&A.
Cash shop was mentioned more.
Oh.
Monk maybe. But yeah, just about anything else. Cash shop.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It seems like they're getting us ready for something. I wonder what that could be. But listen, we want to hear from you. Do you have tinfoil hat theories? Do you agree with us that this game is slowly moving the way towards free to play?
Bum. Because I probably had that as a drop. I don't know where it was though.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
You're not very good at the drops.
I'm not even trying.
It shows.
Yeah, we can tell.
It's all right because I got the call thing down.
We can tell. But we'd love for you to join us again.
Actually, do you? Are you in the Discord yet? You're not in the Discord yet, are you?
Do I do the Discord on this side too?
Down.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Come
on, buddy. Get with the times.
Hey, I haven't failed it yet.
Down, which is the easy mode. Now you're in hard mode.
Oh, hard mode. Yeah, well, I am in Discord. Yeah, it's right there.
All right. There you go. Oh.
Boo for Kallo.
Callie's not here to say thank you.
Just one though.
Just one.
Just one.
Boobs are expensive nowadays.
Thank you very much. By the way, we have some new stream elements going on in the stream. You'll now be thanked once again for following and subscribing. And also we now will be able to reliably show off anyone who pledges on Patreon over the stream. So thank you there. That's got its own unique sound effect, by the way.
That's exciting.
And I think I changed a couple of more things about our stream elements. So yeah, play around with those if you're so inclined. Basically, give us money.
Give us money.
Yeah. Give us money. Anyway, so if you do want to support the show, patreon.com/Limit Break Radio is the best way to do that. You can also subscribe to the channel, of course, but the most effective way to support Limit Break Radio and all of the content that we produce, whether it be Final Encountercast, aka the Let's Be Real podcast, or whether it be Checkpoint Radio. Right now, the best way to do that is through Patreon. So patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Before we get into FF14 news, a couple of quick notes about Checkpoint Radio. We were able to take a week off from doing that entirely, which was awesome. Like, we got to take a week off from the podcast, from everything, and it gave us some time to work on some things, including a brand new website. And I think that brand new website should be launching maybe today or tomorrow. So checkpointradio.com to check that out. It will not have as much content as the other one does. It's going to take us a little bit to get everything up to snuff, but all of the episodes and everything that you would want to listen to is there. So make sure you check that out and keep checking it, checkpointradio.com. And of course, we want to welcome in our 2 new affiliates in San Francisco and also in Milwaukee.
Woo! Those are big markets.
If you live in either one of those areas, make sure that that you note when Checkpoint Radio is on your local station. And we appreciate all of the support that we've been seeing around Checkpoint Radio, whether it's been an iTunes review, whether it's been people just downloading the podcast, whether it's been people sending us email. We did get a lot of really cool email in the last couple of weeks, so thank you for that. And I know that we have a lot of incumbent support coming from this show, as well as everything that we've been doing for the better part of 10 years. But we're also starting to see some new people join the fold, so that's super exciting as well. So thank you to everyone who's been supportive of Checkpoint Radio in 2017. In the first year of that show's operation, I'm sure that there are people out there who are bitter that, well, why couldn't they have taken all that that effort and put it into another video game that I like, or put out another Final Fantasy 14 podcast. Because you know what? That's not sustainable, because this
we are seeing.
yeah, because if we want to be able to do this again, we've been saying this for a long time. We want to do this as a full-time job, and to be able to do that, we can't do that on the backs of your goodwill. We can't do that on the backs of your generosity. So we appreciate all of the support that we get from you guys. But this new venture has been really exciting to see blossom and grow over the past year. And so thank you to all of you who have graciously, checked out that show as well. And fuck you to everyone who keeps complaining about Checkpoint Radio being on the other feeds and syndicating that. Because
that's great work that we do.
Yeah.
You pieces of shit.
Yeah. So if you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it. But I'm not going to take any of your complaints seriously either. So
also, Annie DeBeer, if you want to call in and impersonate Ryuichi, you absolutely may. But if you suck at it, we're going to roast you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can't imagine that would be a very difficult impression. Right? Anyway, again, patreon.com/Limit Break Radio is how the show is supported. And, for us, in order for us to be able to do cool shit, like come out to FanFest and throw a party for you guys at FanFest.
Buy dildos for Juxta.
It requires your support. Like, you didn't buy the dildos.
No, you didn't. That came out of my pocket.
Right.
But the inspiration was there, guys.
Right.
Because I didn't approve any acquiescences of that.
That's not is that the right word?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's the right word at all.
No, I don't think it is.
It's definitely not the right word, you morons.
Are you looking for like requisition?
There we go. That sounds
there you go. That was close.
Anyway, but in order for us to be able to keep doing that, it does require your support, because the support that you guys give us, it allows us to offset our own personal costs to be able to get out there, and with all of these tax changes, it's
oh my.
I mean, like, we're not going to be able to write off business expenses like we used to, so. A couple of the trips that I had taken for Checkpoint earlier in the year, like to go out to San Diego, I'm not going to, in the future, I'm not going to be able to write those off on my taxes. So, while Checkpoint is going to be ultimately the thing that moves the production company forward in the long term, we really do rely on your support in the short term. And, we would love to come out and party with you in Vegas for FanFest, but in order to do that, we're going to need your support. So patreon.com/Limit Break Radio is how that's done, and give whatever is affordable to your budget. So, all right, we do still have an Extra Life effort, but I do have to apologize because I said I had an intention of doing my MMO tour over the holiday. Didn't get done.
Aww.
It was the one thing that I didn't do that I legitimately felt bad about.
It's like it is honestly a really cool idea too.
I know.
And I hope you still plan on doing it at some point.
I do. The thing is that I'm working on a much larger effort for Extra Life, so it's tough to know where to spend the energy, and where exactly that's going to fall. But I should have a better idea of how that's going to end up shaking out this upcoming week. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So hopefully I'm able to put a lot more effort, and maybe in the 2018 Extra Life we can do something really, really extra mega huge instead of something that's just kind of okay. But I do want to thank everyone who has supported to the tune of $7,595. You guys are awesome, supporting the Children's Miracle Network. Thank you guys so much for everything that you've done for Team Limit Break Radio, whether you were a participant or whether you gave. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, all right, let's check out what is going on in, is anything even going on in FF14 news? I know it's been 2 weeks, but
there's some stuff.
Okay, all right, I guess let's check out what's going on in FF14 news.
This is a Limit Breaking News Update.
Well, with patch 4.2 somewhere on the horizon, a new update was made to the official patch website. They added new screenshots from various forms of, shall we say, content, as well as some gear. This is apparently big enough to warrant an entire article on DualShockers, but
Ooh.
yeah, there was
because there's nothing to talk about otherwise. At all.
And yet we have a full outline of stuff.
I know.
Such as, this year, we're going to see the celebration for the Year of the Dog. To commemorate it, Square-Enix has added a new animal hat armor, and this time it has a cute little Doge on it. Awesome. Yeah, go get that, along with the cute little Doge statue for your Mog house.
Oh, boy.
You know, if I still enjoyed this game, I would have like the entire house covered with these stupid dog statues. But I just can't be asked. I didn't even log in for the Christmas event and that stupid bear mount.
Yeah, that bear is huge, by the way. It walked by us when we were streaming Reset.
You know what's ridiculous? You know what's ridiculous? Last week I capped tomes.
What?
I know, right?
Not why. How?
Because in the downtime, I was actually streaming a little bit more and playing FF14, so I ended up capping tomes.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
Interesting.
I know, right? Has not happened. Has not happened since, I think, 3.3? 3.4, somewhere around there. That's when I gave up the ghost.
Yeah, I can't tell you when my last time was either. I think it was before I went to Legion for those few months. Yeah. Now, we get after Square-Enix a lot for the way they keep their cash shop, how much development it seemingly gets to some of the other aspects of the game. So I'm not sure if this is one of the most one of the worst examples or not, but the Kirby
actually, that word is egregious. Egregious examples is what the outline says.
Yeah, I actually typed that out too. So anyway, the Kirby mounts have been added to the cash shop. Now, they seem like they're just upscaled versions of the original. So should we be cool with the fact that they didn't bother to devote any new assets to it, or angry that they're not even trying anymore?
I mean, or just completely unsurprised by any of it.
I guess.
I feel like I'm angry about it because A, it's $24 per mount.
Oh.
B, you get generic mount music with it.
That's pretty bad.
Am I crazy, or is that what the Odin horse was?
That is what the Odin horse was.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the Odin horse was something that was unique just to Odin. Like, they basically just took Carbuncle, they went to transform, scale, they grabbed a little corner and, held shift so they didn't put it out of proportion.
Right, yeah.
And scaled it up, and they're like, boom, mount. That's it. See, I know Photoshops.
Man,
Yeah.
I really kind of have a problem with what Square Enix is doing with their cash shop, because it's like they're not even trying. And
everyone in the chat, just sound off if you bought it so I can publicly shame you. Polyhedral dice, shame, day one purchase for myself. Then again, I main summoner. No,
we don't care.
But this, again, anytime you go to the cash shop, doesn't it just reinforce the idea that the sub that you're paying every month is worthless?
We're gonna do a tally. I mentioned earlier how many times the cash shop gets mentioned. Now, granted, this isn't in the Q&A, so I guess we won't count this one. But when the Q&A starts, I'm going to keep a tally.
You're going to keep a tally?
Yeah. Do you have a pen or something?
I'm sure I do. I don't know where, though. I'll find you one.
I got a highlighter.
I'll find
okay. All right. So anyway, jeez. That last story left a sour taste in your mouth. It's about to get even worse. Introducing the Pretty Please emote. Available, you guessed it, in the cash shop. But lo, for this is no ordinary emote, friends. You can pair it with different expressions to change the type of begging that you're doing. Honestly, how much more does SE need to cater to the ERPers? You can do a disappointed begging. You can do a smiling begging.
Smirk begging.
A smirk begging. Like, what the... Dare I ask how much this costs?
$7, I think.
So as much as the Play Dead emote.
As much as Play Dead, aka Rate Me emote.
Yeah, we're actually going to be talking about that a little bit later, because apparently there are some servers where people were, they were fapping the realm. Let's be honest. That's what they were doing. They're fapping the realm. And I guess some GMs got after people for putting screenshots of them making softcore porn outside of the game. They got in trouble for fapping the realm.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it will. Well, all right, we're here. Let me just find it really quick.
Okay.
Because there's a question later that pertains to it. I don't know where it is. We'll just have to wait till we get to it. But yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Look forward to that.
Way to go.
Look forward
Please
to
look
that.
forward to it.
Yeah.
That is a hell of a forward tease if I've ever heard it.
Dang straight. Now, if you were one of the individuals to buy the art book, Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, Art of the Revolution, Western Memories, that is a lot of titles for that, by the way. You may be enjoying your cute little Yatsuyu minion, but only on a single character. You see, most pets, when bought from the cash shop or when you get them from Collector's Edition, apply to any character you create. Not so with the Yatsuyu minion. Players are upset about this because it wasn't communicated anywhere. In the past, anything of this sort simply applied to your entire account. Now they're finding out it applies to but a single character, and this information wasn't known until the book was bought, paid for, and received.
That sounds a lot like someone who figured that out that is butthurt about it.
Well, don't worry, because if you want to get on your other characters, I'm sure you'll be able to buy it before too long.
So to all 4 of you who purchased the book, because why do you want Art of Stormblood? That, first of all, that puts you under weeb suspicion.
Excuse me. It's not just the Art of Stormblood. It is the Art of Revolution. It is Western Memories.
Wow. Thanks.
You're welcome.
For clearing that up.
365 divided by 2 days.
I don't. Who gives a shit? Really? Like, people are making a big
this?
No. Why would I be?
Well, no. Of course he wouldn't be. And honestly, I don't really give a shit either because I never buy those little collector's edition thingies. But the idea that suddenly they just decide, okay, yeah, just one character now. What will really upset me is if she does end up popping up on the cash shop.
Oh, she will.
Because I bought
she totally will. What are you talking about?
I bought a Yugiri wind up a while ago, right? And I must have forgotten. No, you get it from a quest because I had bought one from the cash shop thing. No, it's on the cash shop. I don't have it yet. I do. So now whenever I log into a character, it's like, here's your wind up. Oh, you already know it. So it's just sitting in my retainer now. an extra wind up.
Like the heaven, like this, gosh, whatever that stupid like celebration of Final Fantasy XIV event was.
From something.
And so they put it on the cash shop, and now you bought one.
Yep, I did.
Oh my god!
Having already had it.
Why?
You dumb dick.
I don't know.
You're the problem.
I'm part of the problem.
No, you are the problem.
No,
you're the whole problem. You're all of the problem.
Well, not anymore. I don't give them any money except for my sub. So.
All right, going back to the Yotsuyu thing, like, can we just ask why Square-Enix decided to change something, like, just change it from all characters to one character?
Yeah, someone somewhere brought up a reason.
What's the point of that?
Because it's going in the cash shop.
Exactly.
That's why.
You had to physically look at it and say, you know what? Instead of doing this that we've been doing, we have to let's put forth more effort and change the way we've been doing.
Even if it was a small bit of effort, even if it took somebody 5 minutes to do it, they still had a conversation about why they should do this.
It's going in the cash shop.
It is.
It's going in the. Why? I don't understand why you think that it wouldn't.
It is. So just like in years past, every New Year's, Yoshi releases some type of riddle or scripture hinting at what's to come in the upcoming year. Regardless of whether or not you've been playing the game at present, this has always been kind of a fun aspect to debate and theory craft on.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this year's passage.
Can I haven't looked. Can I just take a guess?
Okay, go.
Merry though you be, go to the cash shop and you shall find. No, I don't know. I assume that it would have to do something with the cash shop.
Find dicks.
As destiny is the whim of gods, so history is the whim of men. How the fallen rise and risen fall, all shall be the subjects of my pen. I think that the particular line, how the fallen rise and risen fall, I think that's regarding Doma and Alamigo, right?
Okay.
Right, obviously.
And then the risen fall is probably foreshadowing us going to Garlemald, which we know is what 5.0 is supposed to be, allegedly.
Yeah.
The thing about the pen, though.
Yeah, I don't know what that mean or what that's supposed to be. Unless this is just the person who's quote unquote writing it, which this time usually it's always either been from an excerpt of Louis Suar's journal or the last, I think 1 or 2 we got were just Eastern proverbs. This is just like completely, it's just unknown. Yeah.
No, clearly this is foreshadowing the next jobs that we're getting in 5.0.
Scribe,
which is
Scribe.
Pictomancer.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking hell.
From Final Fantasy VI Realm.
Yeah. No, that's a thing.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a thing. I don't know. What would a Pictomancer do?
Pictomance.
Really?
Draw pictures. It's gonna be like you're gonna have like Photoshop on your screen, right? And you actually have to draw the attack you want to do.
So it's Okami. It's Okami is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that game is. and if you have like special powers, and if you get like your meter up, because every job has a meter, you can do a sweet lens flare.
Sweet flare.
Yeah.
You get filter power.
The pen is mightier
than my penis.
Sean Connery, thanks for the $5. But the pen is mightier.
Actually, Sean Connery, you actually afforded one more word. So if you want to just throw a word out there, you got $5 worth of words.
Penis.
I don't know. Look, after how much thought we put into the one last year with the blue squalls and the red storms or whatever, and I feel like there was. I mean, I get like how it can apply to anything, but I don't know. I just feel like it was a lot more generalized than maybe the years before. I don't think that there's a whole lot in this one. And if it does really just come to the fact that, yeah, all right, fall and horizon, now it's time for the risen to fall, like, just, this seems really lazy, this one.
I mean, but like everything about 14 these days seems lazy.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
I mean...
You're wrong.
Okay, why am I wrong, Juxta?
I got nothing.
Oh.
You're right.
Well, if anybody wants to call in and tell us why we're wrong,
yeah, please do. We
will entertain the idea that we are wrong.
Right.
Been waiting to be wrong for probably close to a year now.
I think we've been begging to be wrong
since FanFest, probably.
At
right?
least, yeah.
At least, yeah.
/ pretty please emote. We're begging to be wrong.
I mean, it's bad enough that, like even Nika has broken down.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We broke the Nika.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything. It's the game. I think even independent of this show, Nika would be at the exact same spot that she's at. Because our bullshit doesn't affect her all that much.
But she's started to see the truth now.
But I mean, like, it really is getting very dismal. And as we're going to hear in this Q&A, it doesn't seem like there's going to be much change coming to alleviate that.
And as we read the Q&A, guys, what I would like you to focus on isn't necessarily any one particular point or question that we talk about. The message here that I want you to see is the overall theme of these questions and how they're answered. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get right into it. So these servers came courtesy of a New Year's tour that Yoshida did. He visited several different servers and basically held Q&As with the people there. Okay. This is heavily edited because there was so much bullshit.
Chat spam and stuff.
No, like on Reddit, thank you, Reddit, they actually compiled and translated, because I think they were all Japanese servers, but they had compiled the translations, so we have the questions, we have the answers, except for Ramu. For some reason, Ramu, they just gave us the answers. There are no questions, so we get to play a little bit of detective there and figure out what they were trying to ask, maybe.
Jesus.
Playing Jeopardy.
But no, there was a lot of really shitty questions. Like we know that happens. We've done tons of Q&As.
Yeah.
We know people ask dumb questions.
Right.
Man, there are some dumb questions. So now some of them I left in for comedic effect, right? But still, these were heavily edited. So we're gonna start with the Mazemune server, and this first one I think is one of the ones that most people have been talking about in general, right? It was right at the very top. The question isn't really a question; it's a statement. It's sad how equipment becomes garbage so quickly.
Yeah.
To which Yoshida says, with an item-based level game, it can't be helped. Please enjoy your gear with the glamour system.
Oh my God. This is everything that we have basically been complaining about.
Squashed down into one nice little bite-sized question.
Fucking glamour it is the answer. Like, that's not a good answer.
If you want your gear to matter longer, glamour.
Glamour it. Really. That's your fucking answer, is glamour.
Glamour.
How are we supposed to fucking glamour our gear when the gear looks like shit?
It's not even that. It's not even that. Like, I fine. glamour, whatever. But like, the complaint is that the gear gets thrown out. I mean, I've been glamoring gear into the same set for the better part of a year and a half.
The glamour has never changed.
The glamour has nothing to do with it. What they're complaining about is that within a patch, everything that I just worked towards gets thrown out.
Not if you glamour it.
Then I have to. No, you do. You do. Glamour has nothing to do with this.
But Nero, have you thought about glamoring it?
But glamour has nothing to do with
he talks about glamour, though.
Oh, we're getting the glamour commode.
Glamour it up. Just glamour over it.
Glamour is solved.
You can't glamour over the problem. Because the problem is that nobody gives a shit about the gear. Because again, what's the problem with the raid scene? Well, why do I need the gear to continue doing raiding? Well, but that's the only thing that gear can be applied for. And then, oh, hey, by the way, we throw all of that shit out the window in the next patch anyway. So why don't I just, not log on 4 nights a week and just get my tome gear and call it fucking good? And that's what 90% of the people who play this game do. And I'll tell you what, that's not a reason to say stay subscribed to a fucking game. But again, if Square-Enix wants to take this motherfucker free to play, or if that's the end goal anyway, why bother? Why? But you don't even have to bother making content. You don't have to bother trying to make anything good. You can actually it'll do more for your bottom line to produce shit than it will to produce actual good content. Because guess what? Morons like you will go and buy a second fucking minion that'll sit in your goddamn character inbox.
Yeah.
This is all your fault, Kallo.
All my fault. I single-handedly did it with my one purchase.
But this is exactly what people were saying the cash shop was going to do when they were first talking about adding the cash shop.
That slippery slope, guys, we fell down it already. It's over with. We're at the bottom.
Well, and the thing is that people were like, oh, well, he said no pay to win, so as soon as there's, gear with stats, then we'll riot. But no, but look at the state that this game is in, and look at the incentives that Square Enix has to continue to develop it properly. They actually make less money charging a fucking subscription fee than they would if they just took it free to play and nickeled and dimed you at every corner, because people are more willing to go for the nickel and diming.
Because at that point, I'm not paying anything for the monthly fee, so why not buy something this month?
And guess what? You don't have to work that hard. Mm-hmm. Guess what?
And you have more people playing because it's free to play.
Right? There you go. There you go. Everyone wins. Air quotes.
Speaking of making things easier, can you let us get achievements more easily for content that people don't do anymore?
Go fucking jump off a bridge.
We will be making adjustments to front lines to improve the queue times in the future. We still haven't decided on Diadem, but maybe we'll allow players to get the achievements via a different method. They're not sure, and as we will learn later, another question, because apparently Diadem isn't necessarily done yet.
Well, but wait a minute. I can't get the 1.0 achievements, and there's people who can get 1.0 achievements in titles. I want to be able to get those too. Man, fuck you with your complaining bullshit.
This is one of the good questions here. Please make more 8-man dungeons. To which he says, it won't be an 8-man dungeon, but we are planning difficult 4-man content instead. So just straight up, no 8-man stuff, but we'll make hard 4-man stuff.
Actually, hard 4-man stuff is probably pretty welcome at this point.
Well, we'll see what hard 4-man content actually ends up being, and more importantly,
maybe not
why we should do it.
Well, maybe not necessarily hard as in the sense that it's overly punishing the extreme stuff, because that stuff gets monotonous. But
that's what
about dynamic? What about dynamic? What about just shit that's interesting?
We'll see. Any news on selling the Kryl outfit? Since we need to make it fit every race, please wait a little longer. So this person would like the Kryl outfit to go to the cash shop, which that's where all the other Cyans are, so that's where it's going to be. There's one cash shop mention. No plans on new climbing games for a while? We would like to make climbing games into something interesting. First, all right.
What?
On its face, the idea of making jumping puzzles into something more interesting than just jumping, that's cool. That's a great sentiment, okay? But could you point me to something else in the game that is interesting? Like do you trust this dev team to make something interesting?
I mean, how do you make climbing puzzles interesting? Like, the whole point of like the climbing puzzle is to do it, not like I don't even know where they're gonna go with this. Like, how are you gonna make climbing interesting? It's like swimming. How are you gonna make swimming interesting?
They didn't, by the way.
That was a fucking marquee of your stupid expansion.
The only way to make it interesting is to take flying away.
Yeah, yup, pretty much.
The minute you have flying, the rest of it's pointless.
Yeah. I want 8-man content we can farm casually as a... What? I want 8-man content we can farm casually as a group. What game are you playing? Like that's this game.
Yeah, that's
you already have 8-man content. It's called
Rabbit
Omega.
Nasty.
He says
it's called Omega. You can farm that.
Oh, well, that too.
He says, I have received your request.
What the fuck?
Oh,
that's basically K.
Yeah. You know that party in front of Sastasha hard mode that is like another version of Edda and her party? Is that story going anywhere? Edda's popularity exploding was unexpected, so we turned it into its own story. If something similar happens with different characters, we might do something. That's cool. I like that. I like the idea that the Edda stuff, you know, was born out of, I guess, fan desire.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I mean,
so was the return of Hildebrand, and look how that turned out.
Fair. Fair. Can you raise the limit on the number of retainers we can have? We have plans to add more. Technically not in the cash shop, but does pertain to them getting more money. Should I add that to the count?
Yes.
All right, adding that to the count. That's 2.
You totally pay. You get more retainers by giving them more. Yeah, totally counts.
Can you make the daily roulette into tickets so we can save them up? His answer, which I thought this was kind of a cool idea, because I would be more willing to cap by doing like all my roulettes on Reset Tuesday or something, right? Yeah. Allowing players to stack daily tickets is actually a pretty troublesome topic, because some players will think, I have too many saved up and I can't be bothered doing them anymore. But if we don't leave dailies as dailies, humans are designed to not do them anymore.
What's the problem with the way that Lev quests build up to 99?
Is that not the same thing?
It is. That's the exact same.
Well, but there's no reason to do Lev quests.
Well, see, people don't do Lev quests because clearly the reason is why they're so stacked up, and not because there's literally no reason to do them. That's why people don't do Lev quests, because they stack up. If we do that to the daily system, then people won't do dailies anymore, and then you'll have 60-minute queue times for DPS.
So if we were to make it so you could do 1 Lev quest a day, you think people would go back to doing them?
Of course. Well, then it'd be a daily. Of course people would do it then.
Yeah, given the logic that Square Enix has laid out, sure.
Question. Please add a ton of housing plots. We will be adding quite a lot of housing plots, so please wait. Spoilers, you're still not going to get your housing plot.
Guess what?
Someone else is going to buy it up and want to gouge you for it.
Whoever asked that question, the fact that you used 3 pleases in there proves to me that you wouldn't be able to afford a housing plot even if one was open. So get fucked, you poor motherfucker.
This next one's for Nero. I want to wear kimono. Any plans on adding kimonos that those NPCs in Kugane are wearing? We will gradually add Japanese-themed equipment.
Yeah, gradually.
Where do you guys think those are going to go?
I thought we had an entire expansion that was adding Japanese equipment.
No, that's going into the cash shop. Now, they don't specifically say that, so I'm not going to jot it down on our tally here, but
it doesn't count.
Please look forward to it.
Yeah, you're probably right. The fact that somebody is asking for it, though,
means that our player base is some of the most retarded people on the planet.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
That question was for you, but this next one's for Juxta.
Do yourself a favor. Go find a dentist's office, right? And then just sit under the X-ray machine. Like, put your genitals under the X-ray machine for at least a good 5 to 10 minutes, because you should not be breeding.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 5 to 10 days.
I mean, that too, if you want to make extra sure.
I don't know if you'd have genitals after that.
All right, so this question for Juxta. I want simple lace-up boots, like the one from Edda's outfit, for men. Please, I'll do anything. Answer, I'll tell them about the boots.
Stop it. Stop it.
That's what a lot of the answers to these questions ended up being, was him just saying, I'll pass it along.
I'm not surprised.
I'll let him know.
I'm not surprised. I mean...
Yoshi's a pass the buck kind of guy.
I mean, like, honestly, though, like, we know the level of stupid that invades this
remember,
game.
I took the worst questions out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Was there any questions about the male bunny suit outfit?
Not that I saw, no.
Worst Q&A ever.
This next one's actually, if I was still invested in the game, might excite me a little bit. But is it difficult to allow us to take our Chocobo companions into dungeons? They said now that we have squadrons, that isn't out of the possibility anymore.
Okay.
Something I would have thought would have been in from launch, but
stupid Chocobos.
Dude, like, I mean, okay, listen, 3 years too late, but whatever.
Fair. Let us have dark matters and dyes in our currency tab. There's a possibility we'll be adding more colors, so that's difficult. But maybe we can move dark matter. Wait, what? It's difficult because you're going to be adding more colors? Guild Wars has had, like, the color tab. Like, when you find a dye out in the wild, you add it to your color tab.
Right.
So don't act like this technology isn't out there.
But they want to pretend that there is at all any kind of market around dyes, which, I mean, there probably is. But, I mean, listen, the economy of this game is total garbage. You know, like, I don't understand what they think that they're doing. Anytime they want to introduce something where they're afraid of how it's going to upset the economy, they just end up adding in a different currency for it. So Gil has effectively become fucking useless
after being marginally fucking useless before.
Right, exactly. And anything that you can buy with Gil is fucking useless. So it just makes it a really almost even antiquated part of this game. So you're right. I don't understand why they don't do, like, you know, a dye compendium or something. Yeah, that makes sense.
But you can spend Gil on glamour, and we all know that glamour is more important than the item level system.
Hang on. You know what it is?
Oh, no.
It's because there are certain colors that are cash shop only.
Okay, but I think what this guy's talking about is, like, when you buy a dye, if you can use it, like you'll have a use, right? And it adds it to, like, a charge in the colors.
Yeah, like a currency tab.
Like a currency tab.
Right.
You could still do that even with colors in the cash shop. But
except once you use it once, now you can apply it to everything. So
but it would have a charge on it. So when you use, like, your silver charge, like when you dye something silver, that now drops to 0.
Oh, okay.
So it still works.
Then that would make
like
sense.
It's a currency.
Yeah.
But so like an elegant dye stone of metallic.
But they're gonna add more, so
yeah.
But we can't. They're gonna add more. So, what if they were to add, like, an array, but they limit the array of colors number to whatever they have right now? Then they can't ever add any more, like they did in PS2 Final Fantasy 11. They just can't do it. Okay.
I'll go with that. Will we ever see a 4th role other than DPS?
Fuck you. Stop asking this question. No. The answer is no. The answer is always going to be no.
The answer was, for the meantime, we'll be sticking to the current 3 roles.
Stop, Square-Enix, stop even putting out these vaguely worded answers that it's like, well, maybe. No. The game can't function. The game cannot fundamentally function with a 4th role that's put in there. It will break. It will break every single fight that has ever been programmed into this game. No.
What if
it'll break the duty finder straight up?
What if it's a hybrid, though?
No, stop it.
Break.
No.
Okay. All right. Moving on to more pressing matters. I want a tackle box. I understand the demand. ...
I want to be able to teabag people more explicitly. Yoshi-P, make it happen. Why was that not asked?
We'll add it to the cash shop.
That's probably where it'll go, yeah.
All right, so I have a question. So
Yes.
you have your cash shop tally, but I want to know how many of these questions are inventory related.
Quite a bit. In fact, if you want to, mow through all the bullshit and just get down to the brass tacks, over at Gamer Escape, Fusion actually has an article up that kind of just narrows down all the important questions without doubling them up and stuff like that. Now, I say important with
Air quotes.
really hard air quotes.
Yeah.
But yes, the over there kind of sums them all up in nice dotted, bullet-pointed lines so you can get back to getting your tomes per minute.
There you go.
Yeah. This next question talks about how I want overmelds to be more risky. First of all, it's a harder aspect of the game, so that's a no-go. But Yoshi says, I know, right? The equipment also blew up when you failed melds in 1.0.
So then why'd you change it, dickweed?
I wouldn't mind if that came back. That'd be hilarious.
But if he's agreeing with them, like, does this asshole know that he makes this game?
Like, if you say, I know, right, that means that you could actually do that. Yoshi, you could make them more risky.
He's not answering the fucking question.
Well, to be fair, there wasn't a question there at all.
I mean, I guess, but...
Fair.
What the fuck is that shit? What is this?
God. Can you let us... Well, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead. Or Juxta, sorry. Go ahead.
That's what I want now, is just for Yoshi to add a way where you could just blow up 7 weeks of grinding Omega Savage and
Yes.
blow up your weapon and
Please.
get kicked from your raid group.
Imagine Nika shows up one day. So, guys, I'm going to need to roll on that sword again that I won last week because I blew it up trying to meld it. Your FC no longer exists.
They check you and you're using an item level 110 sword.
Ow.
It's just
Because it was the last thing that you had. Hoping no one would notice.
Can you let us store Mog Station items in the armoire? We can't add a huge amount to the armoire at once, so it's still waiting in line. We'd like you to use the new Glamour Wardrobe and the Chocobo Saddlebag. Also, don't forget to have open space on your retainers. Now, this is what confuses me. They've added, if you remember over time in some of the old patches, we'd always have a little section of the patch notes where they would tell you what is now able to be stored in the armoire.
Right.
Right? Okay.
right.
That means that they have a guy whose job it is specifically at some point to be like, all right, here's a list of all the new stuff we would like you to add. And apparently that is such a difficult thing to do that it's actually in line on a task sheet somewhere instead of just being part of, okay, now that this item is made, let's make sure it gets added to the armoire list. Like how fucked up must their process be that is like its own separate tiny little thing somewhere? Not tiny. It's apparently not even tiny.
Well, because there's probably one guy who takes care of the armoire. And then when they give him something new to add to the armoire, he like freaks the fuck out. And he like starts banging his head on his desk and going, ah! And they just really can't give him the task anymore because they don't want to hear the screaming.
That means that Square-Enix has employed someone less competent than Skuro. Because this would be Skuro work for us.
Yeah.
And when we give work to Skuro, he may take a while to get it done sometimes, but he's like, yeah, all right, I got it. And he doesn't complain about it.
If Skuro started trying to add items to the armor, then we'd like end up with like just, I don't know, like plants or dogs in the armor, and it's like heads popping out of like the thing, and it'd be awful.
The armoire person is a diversity hire. They needed at least one person who had qualified for a disability.
Aww.
And he's the guy who shows up every day with peanut butter smeared all over the keyboard and a kickboxing helmet. So
that answers that.
You gotta go easy on that guy.
All right, here's the big question.
I like glamours.
Here's the big question everyone's been wanting to hear.
I like glamours.
Anything you can tell us about Eureka?
Glamour.
He says, people will have misunderstandings if we only reveal a portion of the info. So please wait a little longer.
Hang on. My question is to the dumb idiot that asked the question. They have put off answering this on the last 2 live letters. What made you think that on a Q&A on New Year's Eve that you were going to crack the code of Eureka? He's going to spill all the beans about Eureka. What are you, fucking stupid?
You know that answer was about us. That answer was about us. If we reveal any details, there may be misunderstandings. If we mention there's going to be fates, people are going to freak out because it's not just, look, you guys don't understand the system, okay? So we can't just mention that it's like Deep Dungeon because there's more stuff. We don't want people to misconstrue what we're saying.
It's Deep Dungeon. That's all it is. That is my my prediction is that it's just going to be a mashup of the two events because one was satisfying, the other was not, and so they're going to try to keep what worked from one aspect and what worked from another aspect, and they're going to come and find that they've developed a system that satisfies no one.
But because here's the problem. I don't think that Square Enix's their brain trust, works in quite the same way. So somehow we're going to get a system that takes what sucked from both of them, incorporated into one.
That's far more likely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also want to know if we can change the color of our eyes via colored contacts. They said it might be about time to allow players to do that. As if there was a time prior that you guys shouldn't have been able to do that.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, just the idea of someone switching the color of their irises makes me entirely uncomfortable, and it makes my sexual drive disappear. So no, we will not be adding it to the game.
But everyone wants to have two different colored eyes like Yuna.
I know. I understand.
Okay.
I know. I get it.
Before you force beginners...
You changed your eye color by using a Fantasia. Problem solved.
Shop. Before you force beginners to leave the beginners chat when they meet the requirements, I want you to show a warning message so they understand. Roger that.
What?
Really?
I told you there were some stupid questions on here. What part of your not in the beginners chat do you no longer understand?
I mean, like, why would you still want to be in the beginner's chat?
Because they need their hand held forever. That's what this is. Hand-holdy shit. They met a friend in the beginner's chat, and they like helping people out.
You know that there's an entire internet to be able to connect with people, right?
Yeah, the internet's scary.
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy isn't scary because I never lose and I get everything I want.
Because I complain about it.
Oh my God, it's so fucking true. It's so true. And Final Fantasy XIV is sort of one of those unique ones where if you do complain enough, it's like they'll acquiesce eventually.
Yeah. Again, guys, I want you to remember, and as you're listening to the show, the overall theme of these questions, and remember, they were filtered. Is there going to be another Deep Dungeon? Apparently, we are still developing the next Deep Dungeon.
Because it's called Eureka.
I don't know. Maybe we'll still get a Deep Dungeon.
It's called Eureka, man.
It's called High Tower next time. We can't call it Deep Dungeon.
Someone also asks about allowing squadrons members to have jobs instead of just classes. They said they might come up with some sort of setting for that. Cool.
I mean, I guess.
That doesn't make any sense. I am the world's only Dragoon and only White Mage, so if someone else is a Dragoon and White Mage, it breaks my immersion.
We know that Square Enix is putting a lot of stock into their upcoming esport, The Feast.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
We don't have much we can buy with wolf marks. Any plans on adding something? He said, please wait a little bit longer. And there's also lots of
Is it going to be a new set of armor? Is it going to be maybe the gayest looking armor in the entire game?
Probably.
Okay.
They also plan on adding new maps for Rival Wings and completely redoing Rival Wings in some way, because apparently the way that the map is set up, it makes it really unfair for the blue team.
Can they just stop with this competitive PvP nonsense? They put so much goddamn development into competitive PvP and ranked PvP in this game. Dude, who does it?
Can you even chat in the Feast again yet, or is that still turned off?
No. That's still turned off.
Great, great.
Why would you need to chat?
Yeah, why would you ever need to?
You don't have time to type out stuff when you're fighting someone.
I want you guys to strap in for this next one, okay? Any plans on having accessories that are just for glamour outside of seasonal items? No. We are using most of that cost on seasonal items. Has it not been one of our critiques of Square Enix that when it comes to seasonal events, they don't add new items? They just put the old ones into the cash shop, and if you've already done these quests last year, you don't get to do them again. So what cost exactly is being used on seasonal items? Did that Christmas bear take up an entire allocation for accessory glamours? I was like,
2 months development
for
Christmas
a bear? For a Christmas bear?
I mean, it does seem fucking ridiculous, right?
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that should not be a question that really stood out to me. But when I read that, and I'm like, really, most of your cost goes to the seasonal items that you don't even make anymore?
I mean, they do put in new seasonal items every time.
3 items per new event.
Sometimes.
And they move the old ones into the cash shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the event is the exact same.
Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. It was for Halloween. I think Christmas just had another series of events.
Well, yeah. See, last year the Halloween event was new, but then this year, same exact thing.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, where is that money being allocated to? If it's the items, I don't think I believe that.
There must be either A, very expensive items to development, or B, that is not a big budget to begin with.
I don't know. I think asking to glamour fucking rings and earrings, and that's stupid anyway.
Just like every question that's been asked?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like every fucking question on here so far.
Well.
Oh, boy.
Blow kiss emote where hearts actually fly. Hurry, hurry. What? Seasonal emotes and items from the past. They want it to where when you blow the kiss emote, hearts fly out of your hand.
No. Stop
They already have that. They have /dote.
Right, and it's coming to the MOG station after a year or so.
Okay.
Oh, so in February, it's this person was complaining that it's not in the cash shop yet because it's not February.
Yeah.
This is something they fucking asked?
Yeah. And he responded to it. He
responded to it.
Yeah, Yoshi-P thought that was a question that was worth responding to.
Needed to let him know. Yeah, it's coming to the cash shop. Don't worry.
Yep.
Will you add the Ultimate Series to the Raid Finder in the future?
No.
Nope.
No.
They also want us to know that they are already developing the next Ultimate content, and we're just talking about what the boss for the Ultimate difficulty after that would end up being.
So the 45 people who give a shit will continue to give a shit.
Yeah, probably.
Yay. But will they?
No. It'll dwindle to 35 and then to none.
Yeah. All right, so we're almost...
So people, like, the people who didn't do the Ultimate content, like, we're ignoring them for now. For the people who did do it, did they like it? Did you guys, Ultimate content doers, did you enjoy that fight?
It's a good question.
That's my question I posed to them.
It's a good question.
I feel like what I've heard, I think I've seen like 1 or 2 talking about it, that it kind of falls into the vein of like, yeah, it was nice, but it's the only thing and that's it. So no, overall it wasn't satisfying.
I mean, it's basically how can we make one fight as annoying as possible to keep people spinning their wheels?
How can we make
why is that fun?
Why is wheel spinning fun for people?
Why is that fun? How is that fun for people? How is that how as a game developer do you think that that's designed to be fun?
Yeah.
Oh, cuz progression.
Let's progress.
Stop
to
it.
Nowhere.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Get on your fucking hamster wheel. And then eventually, when you have you've made the hamster wheel go around as many times as you can.
Oh my gosh! No, even better.
It's going to stick out a little piece of corn kernel that you're going to be able to take and nibble.
Nope, it's more like this, right? They're on the hamster wheel, running. Someone's running next to them. The person next to them gets off their hamster wheel because they're tired and sits down. And then when the person running finally gets what they want, the other person walks up and also gets it. That's what this game is.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Or the hamster wheel person gets the thing and then turns like it's like they get a marginally larger piece of corn kernel and then they turn around and there's one that's just only slightly smaller that was given to the motherfucker that did nothing.
Who can take more than one if they want.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, here's the other big one that received a lot of talk within the community. I'd like you to revise how raid gear is only the strongest gear for each season or patch cycle, and how it's useless after the next. For example, add special effects or buffs to it so you can use it after the season is over. Now, usually when Square Enix gets a question, they like to end it in kind of answering kind of an open-ended way. Right?
We'll see.
Adding special effects and buffs will affect the game balance as a whole.
Bullshit.
So we have a policy where unless those effects are limited to a certain area, note, hints to Eureka, we will not have them in the game.
Horseshit.
Ever.
Horseshit.
Period.
I mean, the first line he said, special effects and buffs will affect the game balance as a whole. That's true. It will affect the game balance.
Yes, it will. But listen, it's
not necessarily a bad thing.
Yes, exactly. It is your job to balance that. What he's saying here, what this answer says is I don't want to have to do my job, and I don't want to have to make the other people underneath me do their jobs as well. That's what this says.
Yep.
Because we've already given you too much stuff in 4.0, so we're going to reduce it.
What's unique about online games, and not even just MMO, just any game with an online component, right? That is a continuous game. Balance and the way that a game evolves is part of just how the games work, right? The idea that people think that a game needs to ascend to a point of perfect balance is absolutely fucking insane. Like the amount of times I see people cry about imbalance in Overwatch, yes, because that thrives on imbalance. If something is overpowered, that is one thing, but there should always be imbalance in a game, and it's something that developers should always be addressing. There is no perfect equilibrium across the board that you can attain.
They need to encourage it in some way. Like, listen, you can't be the arbiter of all fucking fairness. Sorry, you got to go, hey, that's just the way that it is. And, you know, like, that's not to say don't develop, but, like, this is getting fucking asinine. Because, oh, well, we don't want to do that because, I mean, like, okay, you went and you changed the labels to all of your different fucking stats. You know what I mean? And that, well, we can do that. But, like, a special effect on the gear? Nah. An additional reason beyond what we have diagnosed as the only reason to get gear? Nah. That's too much work. That's too much
problem that we have to address.
Right. And that's the thing that Square Enix is tiptoeing around so much that I think is such bullshit. Because it's been a staple of every other MMO prior till now. And this is just such a boring way to deliver gear. And all of these answers that Square Enix has given have been unacceptable answers. I don't understand why anyone continues to pay a sub on this game anymore. And at this point, man, like they are actively saying fuck you to the people who have been paying their bills the longest. Square Enix actively does not like their veteran player base, and so they want to do anything that they can to make that playing field seem fair, to make that playing field feel fair. And guess what? It means that at the end of the day, if you've been playing this game for a really long time, the longer you play, the less fun you're going to have. The shorter amount of time you've been playing, the more that you need to catch up, the more that this game is going to feel rewarding to you. And that's the fucked up way to do it. That's a very fucked up way to do it.
Yep, we have one more question from the Mods Immune server, and I just put this one in because it tickles me a little bit. You said it's okay to perform FF14 music, but is it okay to perform the Fate music from FF11 and Dragon Quest crossover event? Please avoid that if possible.
Fuck you, Square Enix. Fuck you. Fuck you, Square Enix. Fuck you, Square Enix.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. So, can you even make your own songs?
No, please avoid that if possible.
What the fuck?
Please
avoid using our features, okay? Just it's safest for everyone if you just don't use our features.
This is fucking insane. And the fact that Square Enix does go out of their way to take them off of YouTube and Facebook and all of that shit, like, if you thought that was just a funny little thing, no. If you actually take the time and you actually do, you know, Darude's Sandstorm, they will take it down and they will make sure that it does not get out
the light
there.
of day. Yeah.
What fucking assholes?
Polyhedral dice. Don't play Mary Had a Little Lamb either. All right, so we now
Square Enix. I swear to God, you're just assholes at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why do we do a show about a company full of assholes?
Because of the people watching us, because of our assholes. That's why.
I honestly don't get it. Because, again, they're talking one-on-one directly with their fan base and with their fans. They fucking hate their fans. Like, I mean, just the most basic read of any of this Q&A, either Yoshi-P can't be bothered to actually answer the question, or they're answered with nothing but contempt.
And these people are just too stupid to realize it.
I honestly, I am now having problems justifying to myself the continued involvement with this game, the continuing to pay for a sub for this game. This is
flashbacks to Final Fantasy XI.
This is out and out contempt for your own fan base.
Felichu, that moment when SE out assholes LBR.
Honestly, someone who listens to our show, I would never treat them like this. Unless they called up and said something dickish. But instead, and then is anyone saying anything dickish? No, they're making really good points. You know? Please add some special buffs to our gear. No, fuck you. That's not the way that this game works. Fuck you.
Ouch.
We're just asking for a more reason to play your game. We're asking for more of a reason to want to care about your game.
Can we say different reasons? Because you asked for more of a reason, there's just going to be more emotes to buy.
Please give the show a call. Try to convince me that Yoshi-P doesn't hate you. Try to convince me that Yoshi-P doesn't openly hate you as an FF14 player.
I'm actually curious to know if we have any listeners who have been playing since either 1.0 or 2.0 that still have the same love for this game and dedication to this game that they did.
I think even the biggest weeb who bought Stormblood when it came out with a gigantic boner for Samurai would read this Q&A and go, yeah, this guy doesn't give a shit. This guy doesn't care. This guy doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about the money that I've invested in this game or in this company. He doesn't care about my desire to want to see the product to succeed, and he doesn't value my input. Why? So then why am I wasting my time trying to give you feedback? Why am I wasting my time trying to type out all of the things that I think? Why don't I just take all of that time and effort and go to, I don't know, Bethesda and talk to them about Elder Scrolls Online?
Did you hear that the ESO devs bought Nika's ESO fangirl friend a freaking computer?
I did.
Because she tweeted out how her computer died and she was so devastated.
Yeah.
So at MagFest, they gave her a fucking computer with a bow on it.
Yep.
Holy
with
shit.
With a bow on it.
Yeah.
Not just a computer. A bow.
Just consider.
It's a nice touch.
Just consider that. Bethesda found out about someone who was going through a tough period. They spent money to get her back into the game. Whereas Square-Enix spent the holiday period swatting down theories and fans,
trying to make their game better,
disappointing their long-term veterans, and not, by the way, adding an iota of content. Oh, I'm sorry, Christmas Bear. Excuse me.
And Year of the Doge. Year of the Doge. All right, we're on to Ramu, which again, these are just answers, so we're just gonna kind of like rattle off a bunch of these. If you guys have anything of substance you want to say about any of them, just go ahead and interrupt me, all right? Future month, and the future month, or please look forward to the future for mounts over 3 seats, probably in the cash shop. Adding notifications for friends logging in is very difficult because it can be abused for harassment. Rows are...
World of Warcraft already does this, and it's been in the game for like 3 years, and it's never been abused.
But you can abuse people with it.
Fuck you.
Rows are a close second to being Yosheep's favorite race. Lalas are his favorite. Okay, if that right there doesn't tell you everything you need to know about Yoshi-P, I don't know what else to.
Yoshi-P's a pedophile?
Plans on having a dodo mount. The Eureka emote will be added to the cash shop soon. There's 4 mentions, guys, by the way. The fat cat is actually a kitty cat, but it just won't grow anymore.
To be fair, I read Eureka will be added to the cash app soon.
That's what I read too.
And I wasn't surprised. I wasn't immediately surprised. Let me just say that.
We have tried to test bare feet, but it didn't turn out well. It's difficult making mountain decorations shake properly. We are considering and discussing having a normal raid 8-man roulette. So Omega normal and Alexander normal. Please wait a little longer for Alphinaud and Alizé's outfit to go to the Mog station.
Stop! God damn!
We are considering showing who vote kicked you. That surprises me.
Okay, that I actually...
Wow.
Wow, that surprises me.
Who initiated the very first one? Yeah, no, I think that's actually probably a good idea.
That's the one thing I like so far. One thing I like. Good job.
But I'm surprised they're putting it in there because then you're going to know and you might harass that person.
Good.
Well, we didn't intend for that, so we're going to...
No, at this point, fucking good. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
No, we have to...
Fuck you.
Next 3 months are going to spend on development, removing showing who votes.
Why don't you just take the fucking chat out of the game, Square Enix?
They might do that.
Just take the ability to communicate at all with anyone out of the game. Make it a fucking online single-player game. Why not? Why? What's the point in any of this shit anymore?
Oh, and then we can add emotes to the cash shop so you can communicate with your 4-man dungeon.
There you go. Eventually, they're going to justify, listen, you only need emotes and facial expressions to communicate with each other. Well, you don't even need a chat room.
Speaking of... Do you need a tank? You better use that pretty please emote.
Speaking of, facial emotes and expressions will continue to be added.
Fuck off.
We might add higher FC rank, but we're still waiting for a plan.
They don't have a plan.
But
no plan.
They have had several plans for siege battles, but they have had trouble with siege weapons.
Okay, that actually might kind of be cool. Like a siege type.
No, that's
I don't understand
wings. That's rival wings.
I'd like to know specifically what the trouble is, because he's right. That is rival wings, and it's not like putting siege weapons is anything new to a game.
Yeah,
so
that's true too. Yeah.
What ass backwards way are you trying to develop?
I don't know.
Weapons?
I'm thinking of like those big ass WoW raids they used to have. You know, like vehicles and shit that you could get. Like some of those were actually pretty damn cool.
Ulduar was freaking amazing. Huge, but amazing. Now, again, we don't know what the question is, but the answer was if we create lore on how it contains juice instead of alcohol, we might be able to add a shaker emote.
Oh, like when you're shaking like at a bartender, like you gotta shake up the martini or whatever, and then pour it out.
Yep.
Shake it, not stirred.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee
you can't have any alcohol in this game, so it has to be juice.
Outside of all of the references to alcohol that you have, I don't know, like every other turn in Limsa Lominsa, like everyone's drinking ale or beer or whatever. Like, what the fuck is that?
Okay, but you can't serve that to minors, aka the players. So if players could have a shaker emote, then you could give players alcohol, and that we can't have that.
Okay, I'm just gonna move on to this next one.
Thank you.
And again, this goes back to your point, Nero, of how much contempt they must share. Now, granted, I can't blame them in this particular instance, but it's still a great example. He answered, gatherers and crafters want new content? Did you know that there was this content called Hamlet in 1.0?
Again, they fucking hate.
That's it.
They hate.
That's it.
They hate their fan base.
We used to have content for you. Next question, please.
You know what? We used to joke that Square Enix hates Limit Break Radio. I don't think they even hate Limit Break Radio. I think they just don't even listen to us anymore. But I do think that Square Enix hates their fan base, that they hate the people that subscribe to this game because for as long as it's not free to play, for as long as they're making enough money to not take it free to play, then you know what? They're gonna ride that fucking horse. But I think that it's starting to show. I think the contempt for their audience is starting to show. I've been saying this for years, that Square Enix has contempt for their veterans. I don't think it's their veterans. I think that Square Enix has open contempt for all of their player base, and it is on display in this Q&A.
You know, I miss the days of FF11, you know, because I wish this is what this game was.
At least I knew
yes,
Tanaka hated me.
We knew where Tanaka stood, and you know what? He poured that hatred into the mechanics. You felt the hate through the game.
That's true.
Yes.
That is true.
You could appreciate that. It was real art.
I mean, honestly.
We had Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
We need that again.
Yeah. Well, but it's never going to happen because Stockholm Syndrome can't happen with shit. You'll reject shit before you know, sit there and allow it to fester underneath you. I just
give me hit, not shit.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, I mean, at least I knew Tanaka hated me. At least I wasn't surprised to find out that he hated me. It didn't take 3 years to figure out that the developers of this game hate me. I knew that they hated me.
Yeah.
I knew that they hated their player base. It's taken 4 years of acquiescing to the worst requests possible in this game, kowtowing to the worst elements on the internet. These people who sit there and cry and moan and complain about the things that they don't have. And now what do we have? Now we have a game that shows its contempt for all of its players in its fairness.
You want to know where all the
fuck off? It's so boring.
Where all the best answers, and then I'm going to clarify what I classify as a best answer is something that actually answers the person and it has some type of substance to it, right? All of those answers are for things involving the cash shop. Everything else is basically them just going, oh, okay. Oh, really? Yeah. Or, we used to have something like that. Moving on. They also say they're going to add more Eggy Glamour in the future. Please wait, blah, 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 blah. This was interesting. They said that we want to explore the possibility of having hints written in dungeons, but the reason they don't do this is because the translation can be difficult, and sometimes, depending on what that translation is, it can change the entire meaning. Now, I'd like to maybe call bullshit on that and just say that, be extra careful with what's being translated in your dungeons, but no. I think the more important question is, what hints do you need in dungeons that are fucking hallway simulators?
It's a great question.
What hints do you need? Do you not know which fucking way to go? Go forward.
How can you get lost in a dungeon in FF14?
And if you're talking about, well, maybe they can give you hints on how to like beat bosses. Stay out of the bad stuff.
Kill the ads.
What? Yeah, like the game tells you everything that it wants from you. This is not FF11 where things are obscure. That's one of the things that I noticed because I'm clearing off some missions that I haven't finished off in FF11, right? And that's one of the things that I noticed. I'm reading the dialogue, which that's notable in and of itself. I'm reading the dialogue. And I'm realizing, this only gives me the vaguest of vague hints of where I'm supposed to go next or who I'm supposed to talk to. In many instances, there is no clear objective that is laid out.
Go to Saruta Baruta. That is a big place. Can you be a little bit more specific?
Right.
Yeah. West Sudaru Baruta.
And here's the other thing. If they're maybe when they say leaving hints written in the dungeon, if maybe they're talking about like lore type stuff, things that just bring more life to the dungeon, I still call bullshit because every single thing in the game has to be translated. So you always run the chance of translation being messed up. Like, for example, we didn't get our gay Harshen font. Okay. So what? Include them anyway. If it gets mistranslated, it gets misfucking translated, but at least you're trying something new and trying to put more lore into dungeons that we fucking hate.
Craven in the chat says you'll get kicked for stopping to read the hints anyway, so.
At least you'll know who kicked you.
Yeah.
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 He also says the reason why Y'shtola is the representative of FF14 in other games is because Makotes are what represent FF14 the most.
Since when?
Fair.
What?
Fair. Yeah. Hell yeah.
What? No, all right, explain that to us, Juxta.
Cat girls and male cat girls.
Never mind. We're going to move on to the Gugnir questions now. Any plans on adding gear where you can look like an imp?
Stop it.
He says, I get that request frequently.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, there's a question later on. There's another question later on that asks it as well.
No, you don't.
Son of a bitch.
It's weird that you need to use Gishel Greens to summon your buddy. Can you turn into a whistle instead?
Fuck off.
Your buddy needs to eat to fight. I actually like that answer. But yeah, fuck off. Go buy shit. Any plans on increasing the limit of your friends list? Link shell. Can we send delivery moogles to other servers? They are currently working on cross-server link shells right now, so please wait until that is done. With the friends list limit, we are already working on it, but we're still thinking about whether or not to implement it, since only 5% of the population actually has a full friends list, and we need you to wait for the cross-server delivery moogles.
All right.
Who has 200 fucking friends in this game? I am internet famous, and I don't have 200 of you fuckers on my friends list.
I don't remember where my friends list is at.
I'm gonna fill up my block list before I fill up my friends list.
Although cross server link shells are kind of cool.
That is, yes, that is something cool. Basically, you know, one step closer to being shardless if FF14 can even attain that.
They can't.
I mean, it just seems, I don't know, like it seems really stupid that it's taken this long, because all a link shell is a chat channel.
Yep.
So if you can search for characters on a different world, then you should be able to send them an invite if they're logged on. Period. Done. I just solved it. Square-Enix, pay me money. I just figured out how to engineer your problem here.
Yeah. When will we see the next relic weapon?
Never. Go to fucking hell.
The weapons and armor will come out at the same time Eureka is released.
Go fuck yourself. No one gives a shit. Love Square-Enix.
Half an expansion without the relic weapon. Just pointing that out there.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone to well, if we at the end, almost to 4.3. Yeah, that's nearly half. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you going to sell the new plots for housing? We cannot say yet. You'll find out right before the patch releases.
Shut up, go fuck yourself, and jump off a bridge. Love Square-Enix.
I'm looking forward to using the Nidhogg lance on my Dragoon, but that's Estinian's lance.
Go fuck yourself, also from Square-Enix.
Don't let Estinian go. Estinian is a loner.
I read that as Estinian as a boner.
The first time I saw it, I thought it said Estinian is a loser.
He is a loser, though.
Yeah. Here we go. I want raincoats and water-themed gear based on creatures like imps and frogs for glamour.
Off.
Go eat thumbtacks. Signed Square-Enix.
When it comes to glamour gear requests, it will have to come by one, but I'd like to have as many come true.
How about the male bunny suit outfit?
You don't even play anymore.
True? Huh?
You don't even play anymore.
Maybe I would if I had the bunny outfit.
Yeah,
which has been promised to me for 3 years.
Any adjustments to Scholar? Scholars are behind the other two healers, so I'm hoping they get better.
Take shards of glass, crush them up, and shove them up your nose. Signed Square-Enix.
Translation, Scholars aren't behind. To which someone shouts, how about machinists? To which they say, huh? There's nothing wrong with machinists either.
Of course not. Yoshi-P made that.
There's nothing wrong with this game, guys. There's nothing wrong.
Ever.
Okay? Oh my gosh. For players who started playing after watching the Dad of Light, content like Diadem is unplayable now, you know. That means that Diadem was featured in Dad of Light?
It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't. But here's the thing, though, is that they do make a good point. This was something that we were actually talking about very early on when we were talking about how older content is just getting thrown by the wayside and no one gives a shit about it anymore. And Diadem is a great example of that.
Probably the best one.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, his answer, it's hard to decide if we should touch it or just close it. We are currently putting all of our resources into Eureka, so Diadem is back on the line when it comes to priority. If we do close Diadem, we'll put the minions and mounts as a reward you can obtain somewhere else. That means that somewhere, somebody wants to do a Diadem 3.0.
It's called Cash App.
Aww. I don't like that. I don't like it when you're true.
I know.
Oh, gosh. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. I've been waiting for this one. The waiting for tanks problem isn't solved yet. But do you have plans on adding systems like pouring in XP from one job to another? We have had that idea come up before, but people said, can we really call that experience anymore? And we had to put it on the back shelf. Besides, the lack of tanks is an eternal issue in MMOs.
Stop it.
Everybody has that problem all the time, guys. This isn't just because we released only 2 DPS that everybody had been clamoring for in this past expansion. It's not our fault.
That's really, it seems like everything that they get called on, they're just like, yeah, it's not our fault.
It's just how it happens.
It's just, yeah, that's crazy. All MMOs have that problem. No, they fucking don't. No, they fucking don't.
Or at least they try to alleviate that problem. They don't add to it.
Here is the answer to every question. No, nothing is changing. Get fucked. We don't really care. This game is perfect.
If you can find a way to put your change into the cash shop, they will gladly do that.
There you go.
All right, here's the thing I was talking about earlier.
Hold on. Let's go back to this experience thing where they say, as people said, can we really call that experience anymore? You realize that we can just buy our way to level 60 now.
Cash out.
Right?
Cash out. Yeah. Cash out.
So how about if we have one job that's at max level, just write a book and then have that book be read by another character of a different job, and then they're getting experience. How about that, Square-Enix? Fits your lore justification, does it not?
How do they get money out of that, though?
Yeah.
$12.99 a month.
Okay.
You would think that would be good enough, right? Like, you would think that would be enough to get that done. No, it's clearly not. I'm telling you, Square Enix actively hates everyone who has been playing this game for the last 4 years. I wouldn't be surprised if at FanFest this year they just got on stage and threw things at us for the better part of 45 minutes. Because at this point, because at this point, not, and I'm not talking like free things,
like shirts and stuff.
Like I'm talking, I'm talking. They went out to the dumpster behind the fucking Rio, and they decided we're gonna get old coffee filters and shoes that someone
slices
threw away
of pizza that are infested with ants now,
and like dildos. So, yes, right, yeah, exactly. They're gonna get an entire dumpsters full of stuff, and they're one by one, item by item, they're gonna throw them to people in the crowd. We can't catch them. They have to hit us. And the thing is,
whip it at us.
And the thing is that Square Enix can do that because at this point, anyone who's shelling out to go to fucking FanFest is that broken as a human being anyway.
I promised earlier that we would talk about some fapping the realm. Here we go.
I'm mad at Square Enix.
It's going to get worse.
I'm actively fucking mad at Square Enix because this is insane. Like I tally up all of the money that I've spent either in monthly subscription costs or in games that I've bought from Square Enix, or trips that I've taken to go to support their shit.
Okay.
And this just it's all just a big fucking slap in the face.
Nero, I'm going to put a pin in this fapping the realm thing because I have a few things here that might make you feel better. Will you allow us to eat while we're sitting? We're working on that now. I want a mannequin as furniture. We have plans, but we have other priorities. Can you make stands for us to leave messages on? It's in one of our tasks. Did any of those help?
Nope.
Okay. Will you ever allow us to use the sleep wake up emote we can already see in the inn? Not for a while because of the screenshot problem. And there was a note here. It said there was a small fuss, rather big, in Japan, involving players taking and uploading screenshots that were lewd, and GMs had to tell them to delete them. They used the play dead emote and push-up emotes and such to take screenshots, even though the dev team warned people before they implemented those emotes.
Can I tell you something?
Why did we never get warned about encouraging fapping the realm?
I don't know. Let's bring that back. If you want to take your sexy screenshots, take them, put them all over Twitter, because I want Square Enix to try that on this side of the fucking pond and see if anyone will let them get away with that bullshit.
Here's what we need you to do.
Square Enix is dictating what you can and can't put on your own fucking personal website and your own fucking social media? Are you shitting me?
Here's what we need you to do.
Actually shitting me?
Here's what we need you to do. Put your pictures out there. Hashtag fapping the realm. Tag us. Tag Square Enix.
Yeah, tag Square Enix, tag Matt Hilton, tag FF14 official English, fucking tag all of them. Let's make fapping the realm the biggest hashtag in FF14 community.
Hashtag fapping the realm.
Because guess what? There are people whose accounts have been threatened for doing this.
Ridiculous. Outside of the game, jeez.
Square Enix hates the people that play this game specifically.
Yep. Next is the Shinryu servers, and it looks just like the Ramu servers.
It goes on?
Yeah, we still have Shinryu and Hades. But Hades is only 4 questions because they had the worst questions of all. So we'll rattle off a few of the Shinryu ones really quick. They said that we're going to see some new bosses from Sigmascape in the next trailer that we see. Regarding how strong healers are in Rival Wings, they said nobody would want to play a healer if they aren't that strong.
People want to play a healer because when you heal people, you win the game. AKA why people play supports and Overwatch.
You don't like the things that you like. I know what you like.
They're also planning to allow players to have more favorite crystals for teleporting. We canceled
teleporting.
Yep.
Teleporting.
We canceled the idea of merging data centers and shuffling them because we have more players now.
No, you don't. That's a lie. That's flat out a lie.
Huh. The FC Alliance will allow players to chat together and also earn points for each other's FCs. You know, the points that don't actually fucking do anything?
No. Oh, good.
Oh, they do stuff, but it's for stuff that everybody already has 1 million of.
Yeah. I can't say anything about the next expansion and new jobs because they will kill me if I leak it. The preparations for selling the Angel
Kill Yoshi, leak it!
and Devil outfit is ready. We're up to 6 now. We are still testing the umbrella mount. Would the umbrella mount not be the exact same thing as the fucking Moogle puff thing? We do have plans.
You ride on the... Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, the Moogle puff is like what you ride on, but you're talking about like the leaf,
So
right?
you just add yourself down onto the bottom of the umbrella.
I mean, are you supposed to be able to fly it like Mary Poppins?
I assume that's what it means,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's taken out.
We might start working on the next lore book soon. Something related to a certain aura is under development. That better be Yugiri, because nobody wants to know about that dumbass in Azim Steps. Is that the place? Yeah, fuck that place. The next live letter will be mid-January, and we come to the Hades questions. Remember you talked about allowing players to RP as a merchant.
Stop.
How's that going?
How's that going?
It's gradually,
guys?
It's gradually getting
RP going.
prepared.
Stop it!
Merchant RP.
So they want to roleplay as a merchant.
Get the fuck out of here.
From Hades, not Belmung, Hades.
Yes, that is literally hell.
You know what?
One more.
Okay, all
Any
right.
progress in the smartphone app for retainers? We're aiming for somewhere between 4.2 and 4.3. The end.
You know what?
We talked about this during 2.0.
Maybe I'm starting to understand Square Enix's contempt for their own audience, because god damn it, are you fucking kidding me? An RP as a merchant? Go fuck yourself.
Guys, I've come to a very painful realization. Twice. It was like one and then the other. The first one was that, holy shit, Square Enix has managed to trick all of us into paying for a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
Like straight up. This is a free-to-play game. If you're one of those people dreading, if it goes free-to-play, I'm not going to play it, then you're a fucking idiot.
It's already there. You're already shelling out every month for it.
You're just fucking paying for it.
Yeah.
But then this was the other one that I came to, which I think hurt even more. This isn't just a free-to-play game like Guild Wars or what else?
Black Desert Online.
Or Black Desert Online. No.
World of Tanks.
This is a free-to-play social MMO. Every MMO has a social aspect to it, but that's the main point here, okay? This is our generation's version of Ragnarok Online or MapleStory or fucking Neopets. They want you to get on here.
There was more to do in Neopets.
They want you to dress up, and they want you to emote to each other and make music that is only in this game because otherwise they might get in trouble, but don't do any of the dirty stuff. That's it. That's what this game is. And you're paying for it.
So
I'm paying for it. We're all fucking idiots.
I wish a GM would come to me and say, hey, that thing that you put on Twitter, you're going to need to take it down. I wish Matt Hilton would send that email to me.
You're blocked by Matt Hilton.
I have to be.
Yeah.
I have to be.
Lloyd says Neopets was fucking fun, and this makes me sad.
This is so fucking frustrating because there is no indication.
Joe Costo, yes, you can call in. She's put the number up there many times, or get in our Discord. Yes, you can call in. He's been very contentious with us for most of the show. So yes, please call in, buddy.
Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. There's 3 ways to call in, but you've only got 10 more minutes to do it. So Kookie's standing by. Let's get that call in. I just, you know, I think at least for the entirety of Stormblood, I've been looking for one reason to go back to smoking the hopium, as Jim Cornette likes to say. All right, so
I like that.
I'd like for a reason to go back to smoking the hopium, but I don't have any of that. I was hoping that, you know, the Q&A and you know, for as much as we bagged on the people you know, asking questions and some of the dumber questions that were out there, there were also some very good pointed questions that we have been asking ourselves, and the answers that we got were completely and totally unsatisfactory.
They didn't open a dialogue at all. They just shot them down completely.
Exactly.
So what's left to do?
And I think failing to understand what the problem even is. And I think that's the thing. If Square-Enix could explain why the problem is not a problem from their point of view, then I think I would be much more willing to hear them out. But instead, they're doing, it's like Square-Enix thinks that they need to be the parent in a parent-child dynamic with their own audience. And I just think that that is the worst fucking way to treat your audience. And granted, I understand that most media organizations, most products tend to do that. And I understand that most audiences do end up acting like children at some point. But that is an inherent part of being a human being. That's part of the human condition, that when we're dissatisfied with something, we do tend to act a little bit more like children.
Yeah, we do. And Chacosto, you must be doing something wrong then, because don't try that whole, oh, I called, but they're not taking my call crap.
Bullshit.
It's boring and lame.
Yeah.
And people know that's not true.
Our lines are open. We're waiting for you. We've literally said with our word holes right now.
Our word hole.
Why would you think that we would say it and then be like, you know, when...
just kidding.
Our sound makers.
Yeah.
For reals.
Fucking idiots.
And also, maybe, like, don't wait until the last 5 minutes of the show to call in.
Well, apparently they've been trying this whole time.
No, they haven't.
Like,
that's horseshit.
If calling isn't working, just click on Discord. Like, that's seriously the easiest way.
Yeah.
If you have a mic, or even a phone, you can do it on a phone too, can't you? You click on Discord, and then you choose the on hold category. You talk to Kookie. Kookie says, hey, he's ready, and then boom. You're in.
I mean, honestly, what are they thinking? That we would put the wrong information on screen? What, do we not want to take calls? Like, what would be the point of doing that?
They just want to spout their negative criticisms and not be challenged at all. That's boring. We would rather you call in and challenge us.
That's right.
That's a lot more fun.
That's the point of a talk show. But, oh, God forbid that we challenge anyone to go outside their comfortable little bubble and have to express an opinion. That's really, at the end of the day, when we deal with people like this, that's really what they're afraid of, is they're afraid of expressing an opinion and being wrong and being called on that. And that's fine, because a lot of people have that same fear. But if fear is going to continue to rule your life, then just know that your point, trying to put it into a busy chat room or trying to add it on the din of social media gets drowned out very quickly. Very quickly. You have a longer lasting impact. You have an ability to drive the conversation forward by giving us a call here on the show. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. This is a very easy process. We've made sure that it's exceptionally easy.
There was probably a point where Yosheep liked the fans and game pre-heavenward, but harbored so much growing discontent from staring at Balmung.
Staring at Balmung, I guess.
Thank you, Lost Soul.
Yes, thank you. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that Yoshi-P did like the game and the audience at some point, but as soon as maybe it was as something as simple as disagreeing with where the with where the direction of the game should go. And I personally would not be surprised to find out that as server numbers are starting to dwindle, that he's taking it more and more personally. That I would not be.
But they've matched pre-WoW numbers.
Get out of here.
Pre-WoW numbers.
Get out of here. And the thing is like, listen, if you're as a developer gonna take people leaving your game personally as opposed to an indictment on the direction of the development of the game, then you're going to lose. You're going to lose. You're going to end up suffering the same fate as Tanaka, and you're going to get drummed out of the company.
Oh, I mean, Tanaka.
I mean, maybe not. But, Tanaka had as much pull at Square-Enix as anyone else.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain, Yoshi.
I feel like Square-Enix or the development team for FF14 has just lost their passion or their ability to create compelling content, and they've worked themselves to a point where they can't think outside their own box of a game structure. And so it's become difficult for them to innovate. And instead of continuing to challenge themselves and continuing to evolve their product, they just keep doing the same stuff, because not everyone has gone away, but just a quarter of them. Now just half of them. Now just 3/4 of them. Now just,
all of them.
Yeah, right. I mean, how long is this gonna? How long can they continue to do that? And how good is 5.0 going to end up being as a result of the loss of the audience that we've seen in 4.0?
Fire Yoshi.
I don't disagree with it at this point. Honestly, I don't.
Here's the thing: judging by what 4.0 has done and how much information we had on it, and looking at where 5.0 is going to be going, it's going to be more of the same. But this time, I don't think anything's going to surprise us, because we pretty much, it's a foregone conclusion that we're going to be going to Garlemald. And if we're not, I think that people are going to end up rebelling. I think if it's not Garlemald, you're going to get a big upset from that alone. And what
it's definitely Garlemald. They're out of ideas. Where else do you go?
And what do you expect when we go to Garlemald? Like, there is nothing surprising that happens in that story.
Yeah. So here's what I've learned today, is that Yoshi-P is upset with his fans and upset with the people who pay him every month to play this game. He decided to take it out on them on New Year's Eve when he wanted to see... You know what I bet it was? I bet Yoshi-P signed on New Year's Eve to go, let's see what cool New Year's Eve things the community is doing, and found 4 people logged in Ralger's Reach and decided that he needed to try to jumpstart it. And so he would sit there for a couple of hours and answer questions. And so this is what we got out of it. And I think that maybe Yoshi-P had a much more frustrated night than he is willing to admit. Maybe he's taking this a little bit more personally than he'd like to admit. And that's fine. That's fine. I understand that. Criticism is a hard thing to be able to accept. I can see that Chocosto is one of those that has problems accepting and taking criticism.
Wants us to ban him, please.
Yeah, right.
We've banned, what, a whole 2 people?
I mean...
Maybe 3?
Yeah.
I only remember the name of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, get out of here. Go on. Get. Shoe fly. I called, but they didn't take my call. I trolled.
Trolled us so hard.
So bad.
So hard.
Oh, we're going to remember that forever.
And also, I learned today that Chocosto is easily triggerable and will not defend himself.
No, poor Chocosto.
I'd like to congratulate you on being such an effective doormat. And now, when I see you in my chat room, I'm just going to go ahead and use you as the doormat that you are and just wipe my feet and my balls all over you.
You wipe your balls on your doormat?
I have a really comfortable doormat.
That's also probably covered in mud and dirt.
A little bit. Gotta have some adventure in your life.
Not like that.
We do have a call on the phone.
Oh.
We do have a call on the line. We got, let's go to our phone line real quick and talk to Lox Zoldyck of Behemoth.
Zoldyck.
What's up, Lox?
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Thanks for calling Limit Break Radio. What's going on?
Trying to enjoy this game.
I'm sorry. I mean,
how's it going?
I mean, technically, all of us are. We're trying.
Yeah, how's that going, buddy?
Well, I take a break from when 4.1 dropped.
Yeah.
I take a break from. I played the patch for 1 week, disappeared from the game until just last weekend that I decided to come back just to level other jobs.
Yeah.
But I am like very worried, not just about the game itself, but for example, the questions from this question that you have been reading on the show.
Yeah.
I'm worried because if you see the question about the glamour, the mock station, you are like seeing that what is this community really want of this game, and it's not a game itself; it's more like a social experience, and that's worry.
Yeah, no, I agree with that assessment because you would think that, and here's the thing is that gear definitely is an incentive. It works. It has always worked for as long as MMOs have been a thing, right? Like better and better gear out of more and more challenge, right? Like that was an effective motivation.
Yep.
But now we've seen Square-Enix come in and continuously move the goalposts. Actually, technically, we saw WoW do that first. And they did see, it took a while, but they did see a drop-off in their player population to the point where they were able to right the ship and be able to stop that hemorrhaging. Square-Enix never even got to even a fraction of what WoW held at its peak. And it's hemorrhaging players like WoW at its worst. And the problem with that is the fact that WoW already did it. That's why people are leaving in droves from FF14.
They've seen it.
They've seen it happen. If they were WoW players, they already went through it once, and they're like, I'm not holding on for this.
And what's worse is Square Enix isn't just, like you said, they're doing it at WoW's worst. Because when WoW did it, every patch wouldn't just be like, all right, forget everything else now, start here. You still actually had to work your way up through the tiers. So even when WoW did it this way, it still meant more than it does for Square Enix right now.
Well, I mean, Blizzard even seemed like, and I hated the decision when they pulled the trigger on it at the time, but even when they did things like allowing you to purchase a character that was at max level, or doing something like a jump potion, there was always some reason that you were behind the curve as well. And with FF14, like, yes, if you buy a jump potion, you're going to be a little bit behind the curve in terms of eye level, but really for how long? Like WoW, there were definitely
it's still a chore.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there was still grinding and shit that you had to do, and there's a little bit of that in FF14, but the time that it takes to get to the other side of it is fractional, because it's almost like Square Enix was worried that, like, once people figured that out, once people figured out what the trade-off was, that they would go, fuck this, it's just WoW all over again. And a lot of these decisions, that's what it stinks of. Let's do the same thing as WoW, but let's not make it as severe as WoW so that people don't riot when we do it.
Let's make it easy. Casual.
And there are two things that make me mad about this game and the community itself. Is that, for example, the Rabanasta raid and the Trials battle, they are fun and interesting. But when I'm thinking about a reason to do it, I don't find any reason to do it just for the clear.
Yeah,
no, we agree. Absolutely.
Totally.
And the second thing that makes me mad, and it's more for the community itself, is because look at all these questions for Japanese servers. They're asking about glamour and shit instead of asking, when are you improving your game?
Yeah.
Imagine that Yoshi-P do this type of question, but in a European or American server.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another. Actually, that's a really good point. These are all Japanese players too.
They're gonna destroy Yoshi-P, because when Japanese make a serious question about the game, he really avoid the question.
That's very true. You know what? That's a really good point.
We usually regard the Japanese players as more dedicated, more hardcore as us.
Yeah, and to see that they're still identifying the exact same problems that we have been identifying for the better part of the last year. And that Square-Enix and Yoshi-P don't have a plan to address this. They're actively saying, yeah, no, that's not a big deal.
And when they announce a new mount or glamour team for the mock station, I get angry because why don't you took these people and asking for do another boss or your raid?
Exactly.
Or anything.
Exactly.
And you were asking because you want to know 1.0 or 2.0 players. From 3.3, I believe, that start this game. And I already boring about this.
Hasn't even played it for a full cycle.
Started it late in Heavensward. In fact, probably that was about the patch where I was starting to check out. And someone just picking up the game at 3.3 is already burnt out by 4.1. Can already see the problems of the repetitious content and the lack of rewards already at the end of 4.1. Come the fuck on. Do not sit here.
And then Blizzard launched Legion, and I just play Legion just to curiosity. And I was surprised how similar in some areas is from FF14, but improves the things that we do in FF14.
Yeah.
And now they announced a new fan fest, and in reality, I'm most excited for Battle for Azeroth for World of Warcraft.
Yeah, dude. That's the really, really sad part, is that the lack of hype has affected me so much to where I'm not that excited for FanFest, and I hate saying that.
And people are saying that they are worried that FF14 go free to play, but it's already a free to play game.
Exactly. Yeah, Kallo brought that up earlier.
Yep.
You hit the nail right on the head.
You're paying for a free to play game.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what would be? You know what would really send a clear message to Square-Enix? If they don't sell out FanFest. Can you imagine? If they don't sell out tickets to FanFest, or if tickets are purchasable for a week?
Actually, I would like that the ticket sells, and then when everyone wants us are in Las Vegas, then always start to screen to Yoshi-P.
Yeah.
Sad, man.
It's sad.
Yeah. Lox, thanks for the call. We appreciate hearing from you. You want to give any shout-outs before we let you go?
Thanks for having me.
All right, Lox, thanks for giving us a call here on Limit Break Radio. Again, lines are always open. Lox just proved that there's no problem with calling in Chocosto. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. But unfortunately, Chocosto, your opportunity to call in this week is left.
It's
gone.
So Choca, go out of here.
Yeah. Limit Break Radio is over this week. And
Choca, go blow me.
And if you guys were all 150 of you, if you were busy next week leveling a new character in Elder Scrolls Online, fuck it, I would not blame you at this point. I would not blame you at this point. I don't know that I don't know that there's
you know what I want to do
that I can find for this.
You know what I'm going to do in time for the next show? I think I'm going to go re-download, log into Guild Wars 2, and I want to check out their cash shop. And I want to look at the inventory in Guild Wars 2, which has been around longer than 14, right? Okay, longer than 14.
If you're not counting 1.0, yeah.
Right. All right. And so check out their cash shop inventory compared to FF14's cash shop inventory and the rate at which they add items. Just, for science. Really, I'm going to make Skuro do it, but I'm going to take credit for it.
No, but I mean, I don't know that I have any positive words to leave you guys with this week. I don't.
I don't either.
I don't. This is, again, this shows, to me, at least this shows me that Square-Enix doesn't even understand the problems that this game has. And I honestly have trouble keeping myself here, keeping myself engaged, keeping myself wanting to continue to play FF14. That bums me out. It bums me out. I vacillate between being sad about this game and being angry about it. And the last thing, the last unknown, the last little shred of hope is Eureka. That's it. And even then, we've heard enough about it that makes me fucking crazy. That makes me go, I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, you know, if Square-Enix decided that, you know, they wanted to actually make a decent game out of FF14, they could have.
Yeah. Stop putting in all this RP bullshit. We don't need expressions. We don't need emotes. We don't need cash shop mounts and armor and glamour and colors. And we don't need fucking esports ready PvP.
Yeah.
We need innovation.
Desperately. Chocosto on the line. What's up? It's about fucking time. How much more time are you going to waste of mine? What's going on?
I've been here for 2 hours, so I'd like 2 more.
What? Did you just figure out how to work a goddamn phone? Congratulations. Get to your point.
I'm in the fucking basement in Canada, dude.
That's nice. Do phones not work in basements in Canada? Because apparently if you've been trying to figure out how to call a goddamn phone number for 2 hours... Oh, did he hang up?
Uh-oh. What'd he do?
He hung up.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He hung up.
Womp womp.
Well, maybe
I'm in a basement for 2 hours.
Here's what I'd like to say to you, because De Niro was being a little rude there, and we said we were going to give you proper time to, you know, give us your opinion and stuff. So
I was just questioning whether he knew how to operate a fucking phone.
It was a little hostile. Okay. So next week, I want you to have your point all ready. Write it down in a nice, you know.
Fuck man.
So you have it.
Shat his pants
and
on air.
And we're gonna be like, all right, go. And then you just say your point with no one else talking. You're gonna be able to get it out there. You have a week to prepare. Nice, cogent, intelligent. Maybe use a thesaurus. Get some big words like benevolence in there.
If he doesn't do it now, he does not get the opportunity.
Rotary phone.
If he doesn't do it now, if he doesn't figure out how to, you know, plug the potato back into his satellite phone or whatever fucking reason he wasn't able to operate a phone before, then you know what? I'll give him an opportunity, and I'll even respond to his dumb opinion.
All right, try and call us back, buddy.
But if you're gonna be a fucking child and just hang up because I'm questioning your ability to operate a phone after you've been sitting here in my chat room asking, oh, well, why can't I call? Why can't I call? I get to question your ability to use a fucking phone. I have some questions that you have to answer before we get to whatever burning question you have deep down in your loins.
Ouch.
Come on, man.
Why didn't he just walk out of the basement?
I'm wondering why
he has dial-up. He can't make a call and use internet at the same time.
I'm wondering why he called to begin with. I mean, if you can't even justify,
you're right. This is a P2P podcast, peer to peer. That's right.
I thought it's penis to penis. No.
If you're asking Juxta, it might be penis to penis.
I mean, is it not?
I'm not touching that.
I mean, I'm just saying, listen, Chocosto, you look like a fool right now. And I'm giving you one last opportunity, despite the dumb shit that you've been saying in the chat room, despite waiting until we were 15 minutes over our allotted time for the show. I'm going to give you one last opportunity not to look fucking stupid. Like Darkstar. Or like Squall Loves Rihanna.
Did we ban him?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Who? What? Darkstar?
No, Squall Loves Rihanna, Renoa,
I've never banned anyone from calling into this program.
No, I meant like in our chat.
No, I don't think so.
Yay. 3 hour show incoming.
Yeah, no.
Craven74 pointed something out. With Guild Wars 2, which is a free-to-play game, right? You can actually still buy stuff out of the cash shop without using cash.
Right.
You can convert in-game gold
currency,
into the currency.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, Chocosto, if you want to go down with the, the likes of Darkstar and Squall Loves Rihanna, then, yeah, don't bother calling back. You won. You showed us by telling us you were calling from a basement in Canada. Oh, man. Do I feel burned.
Next patch or call me? I don't know what that means.
It means he's a flaccid penis. Let's get the fuck out of here.
It means that he's got nothing. He's like, oh, next patch will prove my point. You didn't even make you didn't make a point.
I thought he was like, I'll call next patch. No thanks.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. You can save your time and your loonies and toonies. Okay, put them in your loony and toonie bank.
Go eat your gravy fries.
What did they call a piggy bank? Is it a Canadian bacon bank?
I have no idea. Those gravy fries. What are the patoonie or
No, poutine.
Poutine.
There you go.
Disgusting.
And enjoy some maple syrup and just
ride a moose.
Listen back to that moment where you tucked your tail between your legs and ran away.
Positive of the game. What about something positive of Kooky and crew to finish?
Wait, hold on. Why is it Kooky and crew? I mean, look, I love Kooky, but she's part of the crew.
Yeah.
I mean, who's her crew besides Skuro?
We did get a gift from Kooky we could open on the air.
We haven't opened it yet?
No.
We should totally open it without Juxta here.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right.
Woohoo! Wow. All right, nice. I actually thought you had already opened it because I saw that somebody had sent us a version of the poster that was like signed or like framed for us. So I'm like, oh, he went and opened it anyway. But no, we're definitely gonna open it right now. How you like that, Juxta?
I don't.
Good.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm opening it. Oh, there's cards. Nate, Robbie, and Norris.
Oh. Juxta and Escalia get left on the outs. Ow.
Wow. All right, it's a shirt.
She sent mine to my actual house. Did you get a Kooky card sent to your house?
What is that? It's like a creature.
Let me see. it. So we got it looks like t-shirts in here.
Yeah, there's a what are those sticks called where you like bang them together?
Oh yeah. That must be from that must have been from Capcom Cup.
Yep, Capcom Pro Tour, the Capcom Cup 2017.
# Juxta from Kooky.
Yeah, what is this?
It's
a whole box.
Concrete Genie from what is that? Pixel Ops.
Is it a team maybe or a sponsor of some sort? There's actually, oh my god, there's tons. We can give these away on the show.
No? There's one I think in here for each of us.
Because there's 6.
Yeah, I don't think I think that she sent us all of the t-shirts.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then there's also a pair of, I guess, PlayStation sunglasses.
No, neat. All right.
Ren Runts sent that, according to Kooky.
Oh,
Ren Runts?
Ren Runts gave that, the PSX experience. Oh, cool.
That's what's up.
I mean,
you just said, you idiot.
Want to open your card?
Oh, sure.
All right. We'll leave Norris's over here because this is where he sits.
Mute Juxta.
End of the show. Mute that fucker. Thank you, Kooky.
Yes, thank you, Kooky. Oh, it's a Santa. Ooh. Hey, what's
Oh, it's a picture of Kooky and Pelly.
Yay. Well, thank you, Kooky.
Love you, Kooky.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the t-shirts.
I like that inside it says, with love, Christine, in quotations.
Kooky. As if I didn't know.
And Mike, quotations, Pelly.
As if I didn't know.
Thanks. But wait, who's on the picture? Because the picture doesn't have anything in quotations on the back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who this actually is.
I don't know who those two random human beings are.
Thank you, Kooky.
Yes, seriously, thank you.
I kind of feel a little bad about cheating in that Tomb Raider bet now. But only a little bit. It'll go away.
All right. Well, that's going to do it here for Limit Break Radio for today. Thank you, everyone, for listening live, for calling us. No thank you to Chocosto, who hung up after shitting his pants.
He said, last time I checked, we didn't do gifts in the staff.
Oh, that seems very passive aggressive, Skuro.
Oh, it's super sad.
That seems very passive aggressive. Anyway, thank you to all of our callers. Again, no thank you to Chocosto for shitting his pants on the air. Although provided a moment of
content. He gave us content.
Humor. That's what I was looking for.
Was it though?
No.
It's kind of sad.
No, I get to walk away knowing that I got one up over someone.
Some rando?
Yeah, a rando on the internet.
That's what makes you happy in life, is getting one over on a retard.
I mean,
why do you think we keep you on the show?
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Okay.
And this is where the show ends. All right, thank you guys for listening to Limit Break Radio. Come back next Sunday. We start at 1 p.m. with Final Encountercast, and we've got a full day, including what's coming up next. That's the Checkpoint Radio podcast live here on twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. Stick around. If you missed it this week, then you'll be able to hear it on Tuesday when it gets uploaded to our website over at checkpointradio.com. New episodes on demand uploaded every Tuesday. That's going to be it. Ooh.
Kooky and Crew. Hashtag
Mute Juxta. All right, guys, that's going to be it for Limit Break Radio this week. Thank you so much for tuning in and for listening. LimitBreakRadio.com. If you listen live and you want to listen on the podcast, LimitBreakRadio.com. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Later, fuckers.
Later, Talus and True Strike. And, of course, thank you to everyone who has donated or provided us some bits or subscribed or followed. Thank you so much. We appreciate all your support at patreon.com/limitbreakradio. If you want to continue to see content like this continue to grow and thrive. That's going to be it for my crew, Juxtaposition and Kallo Landis. Also, big thank you to Kooky Persona. I'm an hero. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. This episode was produced by Kallo Landis, Juxtaposition, and Kooky Persona. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square-Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Nexian Theta, Hirsch Fersch, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/LimitBreakRadio. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.